good. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Shea, and I'm with Occupational Therapy. And today is pretty much just going to be a little bit of an interview so we can get some information so we can start getting your treatment goal set, okay?
Okay, that sounds good, honey.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Alice. I'm 51. 18 years ago, that doctor, he told me I had multiple sclerosis. Well, I think he's just overreacting. I think I'm fine. I think just everything, all my problems are just related to my age.
All right, well, tell me a little bit about where you live.
I live by myself out in the country. It's a big house. It's a lot for me to manage, but all my bedrooms are upstairs. So I just sleep on the couch because I can't do those stairs because I'm old. My knees and stuff, they just don't work like they used to. My ex-husband, his name's Jim. He comes around and he helps me sometimes, but he's overreacting just like that doctor. I don't need no help. I'm fine.
Do you have steps leading into your house?
I do have some steps because I got that big wraparound porch, but that's just a couple. I can manage those some days, on good days. But the steps going upstairs, there's about 15 of them. That's a lot for an old woman like me.
That is a lot. Do you have to take frequent naps or rest breaks?
Well, yeah, but it's because I'm old.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have 2 daughters, but they're grown, so they moved off with their husbands.
So your ex-husband is the only one that you get help from?
Unfortunately, that old Jim.
Well, tell me about some of the things that you like to do.
Well, I used to, for fun?
For fun.
Well, I love to garden, but I can't really do that much anymore. Just old age.
Well, how come you can't do them anymore?
Well, my hands, they're a little numb, so I can't feel to pick my seeds up. And I know I could just dump them all into the hole, but that's just not how gardening works. I need to be able to pick one up and put it in the hole, and my hands are numb.
Does the numbness affect any other areas?
I have the most beautiful button-up blouses, a whole closet full, and I just can't wear them because I can't do it. But again, that's just my old age catching up to me.
Well, thanks for the information, Miss Alice.
Yes, ma'am.
Giving me a little bit of information that I needed to know.
And Jim told me to tell you. I've been following some, but he's just overreacting like that young whippersnapper doctor I went to. I'm just old, and I don't use my crutches.
How often do you fall?
I'm only falling like the most twice a week, but it's been a lot more lately. But it's just my old age. I know it is.
Do you stumble and trip and stuff throughout the day at home?
But I don't use my crutches, and that's probably why. But they're the ones that they hook around your arms, you know what I'm talking about, and they just get in the way. And that's why I didn't even bring them today to show you what I'm talking about, because they're just in the way and I don't need them. I'm fine.
Well, all right. Thanks for talking with me, Miss Alice.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll see you next week.
All right, that sounds good.
Miss Alice thinks she's fine, but in reality, she's not fine. She also has hypertension, and she's recently had several falls. She's independent in ADLs and IADLs, but her ex-husband Jim has been helping her with home management tasks, and he believes she's struggling with meal prep, laundry, and housekeeping. She struggles with this due to difficulty with planning and organization, initiation, and task monitoring, and working memory. Alice has no perceptual, visual, or hearing deficits. She does have decreased sensation in her hands, and she experiences numbness and tingling. She has limited active range of motion in both shoulders due to weakness. Active range of motion is 110 degrees of flexion, 80 degrees of abduction, 20 degrees of extension, 35 degrees external rotation, 75 degrees of internal rotation, 0 degrees horizontal abduction, 55 degrees horizontal adduction, and 110 degrees of elbow flexion. All other active range of motions are within normal limits. She has decreased gross and fine motor coordination and becomes fatigued after about 15 minutes of activity. She performs transfers independently. Her sitting balance is good, and standing balance is fair for static and poor for dynamic with crutches. She can shower and dress herself, but it takes about 50 minutes.
For our treatment activity today, Miss Alice is going to make a mosaic tile. We chose this activity because it is thought to be enjoyable and does not pose a safety risk due to decreased standing balance and numbness in her hands. This activity will address decreased range of motion, fine motor control, and gross motor control. Due to Miss Alice's poor planning and organizing, this activity requires her to plan a design and organize the tiles into the pattern that she wants. Because this activity is done while sitting, there is no risk of falling due to increased fatigue. Leisure participation, because this activity works on fine motor control, muscle endurance, and increases her ability to garden. Meal prep and cleanup, because this activity addresses working memory, planning, organizing, following steps, cleaning the area, and gathering supplies. These are all skills needed for meal prep and cleanup. Health management. The fine motor skills used to pick up the tiles are the same skills used when organizing and separating your medications.
Shopping. Shopping skills are increased through working on planning and organizing as well as gathering supplies. Financial management, due to working on fine motor control, this activity will increase money handling, and the planning and organization skills will increase the ability to perform financial management tasks.
This activity will help me get back to my gardening, and it also teaches me to pace myself during all my other activities to address my fatigue, and it addresses all those other skills that nice therapist taught me. And I got to make this cool thing. This is where the activity was performed, however, an area this large is not needed. The client only needs a large flat surface, adequate lighting, and a sink.
That
Would be improved?
would be.
Is that?
I'm recording.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
This activity, I can't do country.
Has hypertension.
Okay.
Now what is occupational therapy?
Oh, don't do that to me, Taylor.